in this video, I've got a little method that can help you and lay a foundation to allow you to manifest what you want and stop manifesting what you don't want. Because if you're taking it seriously, if you are under tension, if you have worry or concerns, you wonder why you maybe not be getting the things that you want internally and externally. Has that joy of this manifestation sort of gone out the window? Are you like sort of forcing it with a third brow and not relaxing and getting into it and getting into that flow of life itself? Because it's actually a flow of life itself that allows us to create what we want in our lives. It's the flow of our high frequency that allows us to have good feelings in the body, allows us to feel that joy and feel that happiness and feel that contentment. And it's in that allowance of feeling that is where our body sends out a coherent signal to the field of consciousness to be able to allow us to manifest exactly what our hearts desire. So maybe along this journey, you might want to take a little step back and say, ooh, I possibly am taking this way too seriously. And is that affecting it? Possibly I might have lost my laughter and smile in all of this. Where's the joy and the fun? Shouldn't life be fun and joyful? And where's that gone? And I know by talking to a lot of people that a lot of fun and joy's gone out of so many people's lives. And that's not great, is it? And I'm sure you don't want all this seriousness and all this frustration and I want and I need and I got to have this. Maybe in the flow of letting go, maybe it might just happen for you. Maybe it might be actually the tension that's causing you not to create what you want in your life. For whatever that is, it doesn't matter what it is, but I'm sure you'll be wanting something else, something more, an expansion, something deeper, something else to experience, a different situation, maybe something else materially, maybe a new relationship, maybe to enhance your relationships. Maybe you want better health. Maybe you want to have more joy in your heart. Maybe you just want to be content or just even neutral. But this tension keeps coming about. This seriousness keeps rearing its head over and over again. And with everything out there vying for your attention to extract your energy into mostly negative things, we're left scratching our heads and wondering, what am I doing? How comes I'm not manifesting, not creating, not having these things? And all this negativity is causing this tension in the body. And that's where we find ourselves. You see, most of our problem lies in this tension. And our solution is to actually relax into life. Now, you can watch as many videos as you want. Wanting to do the same old things again and expecting a different result? Well, that's insanity itself. So, what about we come back to some sanity? And some sanity with some good feelings, with some laughter again, with a smile, with some joy in our hearts, and see where that leads us. But you might be thinking, well, this is all great. I've heard all this before, and I actually want to get to the crux of it. Well, the crux of it is we need to let go of the tension. And there is this little method that's very simple, very coherent, which allows you to relax, feel safe, the nervous system stabilizes, and our natural high frequency returns. Our frequency is aligned with our thoughts, with our desires, and what we want. And then we've got a much better chance of receiving those things we want out there. And we have a much better chance of returning to that joy and that happiness, the peace, the laughter and the relaxation. First and foremost, to lay a foundation to be able to create what you want in your life, we're going to be needing to let this tension go. And that is done by something called active relaxation. You can do this anywhere. And the more you actually do this little process, the easier it gets. And the more you can just go about your life, getting relaxed, getting calm, getting centered wherever you are. So the method is you're going to be scanning the body while voluntarily releasing tension using the breath. So start with the head first and work our way down. Now, look, you can start in the elbow and end up at your thumb. Not a problem. You can do this whichever way you want. I found head to toe works the best. So take notice of any tension that's in the head. And then just say to yourself, I voluntarily release any tension in the head right now. And then breathe out with a sigh. Come down to the shoulders and the neck area. Do the same again. Notice any tension in that area. Say to yourself, I voluntarily release any tension right now. Come down the arms. Feel in your arms. Notice any tension there. Do the same again. Voluntarily release any tension in the arms. Come down to the back. Notice any energy, any tension, any tightness there. I voluntarily release all that tension in the back now. Come down to the chest and the stomach area. Notice any tension there. I voluntarily release this tension. Come down to the thighs. Notice anything there. I voluntarily release any tension here. Come into the calf muscles. Notice any tension that might be holding there. And I voluntarily release all the tension in the calf muscles into the feet and the ankles. Notice any tension there too. Say to yourself, I release all the tension in the feet voluntarily right now. Now, did you notice just in that very short little process, maybe a little shift somehow, maybe just a little bit of tension through the body released? Maybe it was just the head that released, or maybe the stomach or the back, but something let go, something released. You gave yourself permission. You gave yourself like a permission slip to let go. And it is as simple as that. No forcing, no trying, no, I need this to happen. Doing it easy, doing it gently. And it's in this gentleness and this ease that allows the body to totally relax. And your frequency will have raised just that little bit more. Now, what you can do is, as you practice this over time, you can actually do it in one whole breath. You can actively get your body to relax from head to toe very quickly in one breath, using your intention to say to yourself, I'm going to voluntarily relax the whole body. Breathe in, start from the head, and feel the energy as you let go with a sigh all the way through to the feet. The more you do it, the better you get. Like any practice, and practice makes perfect. And it doesn't take too long. I was in that state of trying to manifest things all the time. And I used to do all the things, you know. I used to do the staying in bed, like in the mornings when you're in that theta mode, and I'll be visualizing it then, and I'll be feeling it and whatever else, while still under tension of all the things I got to do during the day. I'd be going to bed at night and doing that one where they say, you know, you go back into that mode, you know, you're quite relaxed, but you're not quite relaxed, are you? If you did notice, you know, that there was still tension there, then I'd be going and doing the visualizations, writing it down. You know, you write these things down, you read them out 3 times a day and all that. And I was under tension, wondering why, going around experiencing the same old thing over and over again. So when I actually learned this active relaxation method and put it to use and practiced it consistently, day in, day out, do you know what? It actually didn't take too long. It really didn't. Maybe I would say about a week or so till I noticed I was manifesting like these smaller things. I actually done a test on it once. I actually just want to manifest a cup of coffee. And I'm not even a great coffee drinker. It was just like a test and just a bit of fun, right? Walked past someone that was a neighbour where I used to live. And as I was walking past, he said, "Oh, do you want to come and grab a cup of coffee this morning?" And it dawned on me at the moment. I was like, wow, I said that. I said that yesterday and it's manifest. It happened that quickly. It really did. Now, over some time of doing this and getting very relaxed, I actually did manifest some really big things that my heart really desired. And it actually come in the way I actually see it. So, like, specifically, I was in amazement, actually. I was like, do you know what? All these years of doing this, it actually happened. And I see the sequence of events of it happening exactly how I envisage it to be because of letting the tension go. Allowing that frequency to just come back online. And you know what I was adding into it? Smiling. Because when I was smiling doing the relaxation techniques, the body couldn't help but feel more content. The nervous system felt safer. And then what would happen was, as I was building upon it, after I manifested that cup of coffee, I started laughing. I started enjoying it all once again. And yeah, you need to test it out for yourself. Because a lot of people go, "Oh, this manifesting thing don't work." Well, in that mode, in that frequency, no, it doesn't work. But you're going to have to test it for yourself. Because the only way we really come to a place of knowing that things work is by direct experience. It's by us doing it for ourselves. What other way could there be? Give it a try. What have you got to lose? I'd say you ain't got nothing to lose and you've got everything to gain. So have fun with it. Smile through it and see where that leads you and see what you can actually manifest and see the magic of life once again truly happening through you.